Digimon World Next International Edition, for Nintendo Switch went on sale on February 22, 2023. 6 years after the release of the PS4 version, we finally asked Mr. Yokota, the producer of this long-awaited port to Nintendo Switch, about the appeal of this title. We asked the producer, Mr. Yokota, about the appeal of this long-awaited Nintendo Switch port. Takahiro Yokota, Namco Bandai Entertainment Inc. Digimon Partners Staff, 30s. Digimon Lover in his 30s. We want to bring Digimon to those who are new to it. DP Staff, first of all, please introduce yourself. Please tell us about your memories of Digimon. Yokota, my name is Yokota, and I am the producer of Digimon World Next International Edition, for Nintendo Switch at Bandai Namco Entertainment. I still remember the first time I was exposed to Digimon in my life was at a friend's house. LCD toy, Digital Monster, in my childhood. At that time, I still did not clearly recognize the work, Digimon, but later I watched the anime, Digimon Adventure, and it left a very strong impression on me. I have good memories of being excited with my friends at school at the time and discussing our impressions of the anime every episode. DP, it's great to see Digimon being talked about when interacting with friends. This title was also on trial at Jump Festa 2023. How was it to feel the reaction of the fans up close and personal? Jump Festa 2023, held at Makuhari Messe on December 17 and 18, 2022 event. Yokota, at Jump Festa 2023, we exhibited data that had been carefully adjusted with the developer for the trial version, such as evolution conditions that changed slightly depending on the player's actions during the game. We were very happy that fans and people who stopped by to play and enjoy such a demo version. There was one person who played the game several times on standard and said with a smile, "I'm going to buy it." We were relieved to hear that they enjoyed the game even though it was only for a short period of time. DP, I think it's great that people who didn't come for the Digimon show enjoyed it. It's great that even people who didn't come for the Digimon show were able to enjoy it. Yokota, of course we are happy that our fans enjoy the event, but it was a different feeling when people who came on a whim also said they had a good time. DP, how did you decide to release this work? Yokota, we have been aware of the many requests for a port of Digimon World Next. We were aware that many people have expressed a desire to port it. We also wanted to deliver it to those who were interested in it but were unable to play it because they did not have the platform before the port. We also thought that the Nintendo Switch, which allows you to play the game at home or outside at any time, would be a great place for people to experience the game's quality. So we decided to port it this time. DP, was the beginner mode, or the run, feature intended for those entering the program for the first time? Yokota, yes, that's right. We have prepared a beginner mode, with enemies of reduced strength, with the intention of making it easier for people who have never played the Digimon World series before or who are not familiar with the nurturing game genre to enjoy the fun of raising Digimon and adventuring want. The run function is also intended for those who are not familiar with the game. But some people have expressed a desire to improve the tempo of moving through the large field that is unique to this game. So we have added a run function to improve the speed of movement so that the game can be enjoyed at a faster pace. DP, so there was fan input, and it was introduced in a way that reflected that. Yokota, yes, we still want to value the feedback from our fans. By the way, you can set the difficulty level by talking to Pooneman at Digimon's house. This is a complete aside, but Pooneman's lines here are unique and my favorite, so please take a look at want. Emphasis on visual beauty. DP, to begin with, what exactly do you mean by porting a platform? Also, what are some of the difficulties involved in porting? Yokota, I am in charge of the porting of the game. The main task in porting the game was to adjust the game so that there would be no inconvenience in operation, etc., since the compatible models would change. The most difficult part was the visual appearance, such as the frame rate and pixel count. We did not want to lose the image quality that we had been able to achieve with the previous model, and we wanted to express a beautiful digital world without any sense of discomfort. Therefore, the hardest part of the porting process was making adjustments to ensure that the image quality would not be compromised. DP, how exactly are you going to solve this? Yokota, yes, the development company, debugging company, and I would actually play the game and brush up on the graphics when we found something that caught our attention. Since it was not possible to search for all the graphics at once, we made adjustments based on the discoveries of many people's eyes. DP, for example, do you compare the graphic model of each individual Digimon and check for differences? Yokota, yes, that's right. Although there were no zero adjustments to the Digimon models themselves, we did not change them that drastically. Rather, in this work, we made repeated fine adjustments to reproduce the images that used to be able to be projected, such as distant locations in a large field and weather conditions. On the other hand, the most important point was to reduce the load so that the loading time would not be too long. The waterfall in the distance of the digital world and the expression of the falling snow are some of the details that we focused on. Interesting that Digimon have a lifespan. DP, what do you find attractive about the Digimon World series in general and this work in particular? Yokota, I think the most interesting aspect of the series is that you can experience adventuring in another world with your partner Digimon. Also, since partner Digimon have a limited lifespan, how you nurture them, how you take care of them, and how you treat them gently are all very important elements of the Digimon World series. I think the charm of the Digimon World series is that you can experience the sensation of adventuring together with a partner with whom you have developed such a personal bond. On top of that, this new Digimon World Nextida is the first in the series to allow the tamer to train and adventure with two tamers at the same time. Therefore, while there is the fun and difficulty of raising them as tamers, you can also see the bond between tamers and their respective Digimon, as well as between the two Digimon. For example, they encourage and help each other, and I think the attraction is that you can see the bond that only two tamers can have. In addition, the X special evolution during battles, which is possible only with two Digimon, and the Joggles evolution in the town are enjoyable features unique to this work. DP, while I think it is unique for a Digimon to return to Digitamane its lifespan, it may be a surprise to those who are new to the Digimon that the Digimon they have raised dies in their lifespan. Yokota, it's a bit sad, isn't it, because it is a partner that you have nurtured with your own hands and care. I feel sad, but I believe that their life is not the end, but a meeting that will allow us to return to Digitama and raise them again. It is a complicated feeling, but I would be happy if you could see it positively as a new encounter with a Digimon that has grown into a variety of Digimon. DP, for those who have been playing for a while or for those who are new to the game, do you have a play style that you would recommend early on? Yokota, in terms of how to proceed in the beginning, I think, as I did, you will feel like going out of town and adventuring right away. But your in-training partner is still weak and the enemies will feel stronger. So, you should first train them and let them evolve to rookie at least once. However, I personally think that if I can train them up to champion with a little more effort, they will be stable enough to start adventures. As for the training policy, let's give priority to developing the statuses that affect the conditions for evolution, such as the following champion. Of course, evolved Digimon become stronger, so I think it is a good idea in the beginning to concentrate training on the statuses that are related to evolution. Even so, you will still run out of items such as rice, so you will need to go out into the field and gather items and food dropped by enemies in moderation. However, the number of recovery items tends to be insufficient in the early stages, so don't force yourself to challenge strong enemies. But rather train moderately and develop a bond with them. Although it will feel time-consuming at first, it should be a stable adventure. DP. The early purchase bonus comes with the most ridiculous nucleus that can evolve into Omgaemon and the Holy Emperor nucleus that can evolve into Imperial Dramon, Paladin mode. How do you use those? Yokota. Simply, I think it is most appropriate to use it when you want to evolve Omgaemon and Imperial Dramon, Paladin mode. To give a serious example, evolving an Omgaemon increases its status, so I think the best time to use it is when you feel that the progress of the story is getting tougher. Or when you have a moment of truth. DP. I see. It is also a good idea to use it when you encounter a strong enemy and need another push want. Also, are there any Digimon that you would recommend for attribute or other methods to match the enemies in the early stages of the game? Yokota. This Digimon is the best in the early stages of the game. There is no such thing as the best Digimon, and I think it is most fun to raise your favorite Digimon. Since I think they will reach their training limits early on and reach their lifespan in the beginning. At first you can choose Digitama from 10 different types, so you can look at in training and say, I think this Digimon will be this one. I think it is a good first step to try to raise them while making predictions. DP. That certainly seems to be the motivation. Yokota. Yes, that's right. There are not many advantages and disadvantages in the beginning, so you can really venture in as you like. I tend to train for Agumon and Gabumon. DP. Is there a Digimon that left an impression on you when you first played the game yourself, Mr. Yokota? Yokota. At first, I targeted and raised Agumon and Gabumon because I liked them. But the one that left the biggest impression on me was Gomamon. At first, I was aiming for Agumon and Gabumon. And then I trained them to be different Digimon from Greymon and Garurumon. And then I tried to train them by choosing various other Digitama from there. When I happened to become Gomamon and evolved from Gomamon to Ikakumon, I remembered that I used to watch Digimon Adventure and liked Gomamon. I was impressed by the sense of accomplishment and joy that I was able to raise my own partner again, regardless of whether I won or lost the battles. DP. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. When it comes to your favorite Digimon, you get excited, don't you? I once felt hopeless when my favorite Digimon that I had raised reverted to Digitama before the boss. Yokota. I understand. It is very painful, isn't it? I was also shocked when my Wargreymon returned to Digitama and I was lost on the Ronri Flame Mountain. However, since the status is transferred and not reset from the beginning, I think it is one of the most enjoyable experiences to raise this child again and move on to the next stage. DP. I worked hard to raise Megabut. There were many situations where the enemy was surprisingly strong and not straightforward. Yokota. The field is large and you can move around freely, so you may hit a strong Digimon before you know it. DP. Mega. So there is no way you can be a warriors, you have to think about it and train them properly. Yokota. Yes, training is the key. However, if that is all you do, you will get tired, and for those who are not good at it, we have prepared a beginner mode. DP. It makes me feel good about the story and enjoy it more. Yokota. Yes, that's right. I think there are a certain number of people who feel stressed during the training process. We recommend the beginner mode for those who want to have a rough time, and of course, we also recommend increasing the difficulty level for a more rewarding experience. I hope that everyone will enjoy the experience of encountering a variety of Digimon in their own way, and that they will create many memories. Once again, we look forward to the Nintendo Switch version of Digimon World Next Day International Edition, which goes on sale on February 22nd.